So we will go ahead and start. I'm very excited to introduce you with our Westcliff team. We have the speaker today from the International Outreach team. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit? Say hi to everyone.
Sure. Thank you, Vivian. Hi, everybody. I'm Reema Bhagchandani. I'm from the International Outreach team at Westcliff. I've been a former student and I've been working with Westcliff for the last 2 years, and it's been absolutely amazing. I'm originally from India, and I believe quite a few of you are joining from India. So say hi to my fellow neighbors. Yeah, we're excited to talk about the new programs that we have today at Westcliff University. Over to you, Vivian.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, so in today's section, we'll be focusing on not only the general information, but also the new program that Westcliff is launching, including the AI program and also the CS bridging. And then, like I mentioned, we will have a Q&A section at the end. Please submit your questions into the Q&A section so we can answer them at the very end. Here, I will give you a brief introduction of who we are. Okay, we're GoElite, which is the education consulting firm located in Los Angeles. We are aiming to help students with Day 1 CPT applications, any emergency transfer, change of status, and etc. Our mission is to help international students to better achieve their goal in the US. We do certify with the ARIC, which is the most credible organization in American education industry. If you do wanted to know more about us, you can always check on Google. And we are also exciting to introduce our newly launched reward program. So we wanted to form a community that better help international students. So feel free to check the website. You can get reward points and get gift cards by doing the enrollments, join the group chat, and you can also hopefully you can find a community that helps you with all the CBT information and etc. And like I mentioned, you can also find us on Google if you want to. We are also on all type of platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, the Chinese social media, and etc. So if you ever interested in know more about us, feel free to check our social media, and then we're also posting a lot of necessary information in regarding to CBT and H1Bs. So here I will go ahead and the slide and hand it to our Westcliff team. I'll stop sharing and you guys can go ahead share.
Perfect. Thank you, Vivian. Let me know when you're able to see my screen. Okay, perfect. Okay, hi everybody. So this is our main campus, which is in Irvine, California. We are in Southern California. This is not an AI generated image. This is a real image of the campus. Since we're going to be talking about the AI MBA, I thought it'd be good to start with that. Okay, our campuses. Our main campus is in Irvine, California. We have additional campuses in Los Angeles, Miami, and in Orlando. We are accredited with WASC, SHIA, and ACBSP. These are regional and global accreditations that we've had for many, many years. For our main campus, which is Irvine, we are in a location which has been awarded the safest city in America quite a few times. I know that this is a very important piece of information, especially for a lot of parents when they are looking at universities that students are applying for. So know that this is a very safe space and it's a very safe city for you to kind of study in. It is also a space which is close to Disneyland. We're about 20 minutes from Disneyland, about 45 minutes from San Diego and Los Angeles. Companies like Google, Tesla, Facebook are also close by, so it kind of helps in building the right kind of internship opportunities when you're ready to graduate. For our main campus, which is another main campus, which is in Santa Monica, Los Angeles. These are a few pictures which will kind of show you a little bit about what our campus looks like. I do want to let Vivian put out a quick poll, and I want you to kind of interact with us while we're going through this presentation. So please feel free to kind of put in which campus you would like to, actually enroll in.
yeah, the poll, it's already launched, everyone. So feel free to submit your answers.
So I also want to kind of give you a little piece of information here. We do have our New York and New Jersey campus listed here. This is going to be something which is going to be launching in like a couple of years. But we're happy to kind of, give you a little tester in this particular webinar. Do you have any votes in, Vivian?
Yes, people are
Okay.
participating. I just wanted to give them, a couple seconds more and see if there are any last minute answers submitted in. We'll end the
Sure.
poll probably within 10 seconds. So
Yeah.
if you haven't submitted, please feel free to do so. If you already did, then we will give other people a little time. All right, I'll end the poll right now. And then it seems like okay, of course, we have 44% of students are interested in the Irvine campus. Most of the students who are interested in Westcliff probably located nearby. And we have 31% of the student interested in the Los Angeles campus, 19% are interested in the Florida one, and the 25% interested in the East Coast campus, including New York and New Jersey.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm very happy to note that most of you, the biggest percentage is in Irvine, California. That's a very good metrics for us because that is our main campus and we have all of our programs that are available at the Irvine campus. Okay, diving into a few facts about Westcliff University. As of 2024, we have 5,380 students that are enrolled. We're very proud of the fact that we have a diverse set of students, diverse nationalities, so over 100 different nationalities of students. We have a 10:1 student faculty ratio. This really helps because, you can interact with your professor in class, have those kind of questions, also kind of build an equation with them, in future, if you need any kind of assistance or anything like that, they're always there to kind of support you. So this is a really big aspect for us. We believe in giving our students that kind of interaction with our professors. It is a 92% graduation rate, and 85% of those graduated students do get placements after graduation. For our master's and doctorate program, we have 4 colleges. One is the College of Business, the College of Technology Engineering, College of Education, and the College of Law. Under this, everything that you see in yellow is the main degree, and everything that you see in white are the main concentrations. Everything that's denoted in S are the STEM courses. So if you want to kind of enroll into a STEM course, you can specifically look at the S that is marked on these concentrations. For our course formats, we have 2 course formats. One is the professional format and one is the on-campus regular format. So our professional format is basically one weekend where students come in for 3 full days of class time. And for our on-campus program, we have the weekly classes for 3 hours. Now, the on-campus program is available at Irvine under all programs. And for the Los Angeles campus, we have the MBA and the DBA. And for the professional format, you will see the details on the screen. For classwork, for all our formats, you basically will be looking at a discussion question where you need to make the initial post on Thursdays and you'll have to do peer responses which are due on Sundays. And for papers and projects happens usually either 3 or 4 times in a semester. And you will be needed to support that with APA formatted papers and citations and make sure that you're submitting the papers on every Sunday. Okay. For the application process, what we really require for admissions is make sure that you apply online, speak to the GoElite team. They'll be happy to support you. Attach the application with your passport and with your transcripts. For undergraduate, you need to have a 2.0 GPA, and for graduate, you need to have a 2.5 GPA. For English proficiency, we have several English proficiencies that we accept. So it's not just TOEFL, IELTS, and Duolingo, but it's many other English proficiency exams. Again, feel free to reach out to the GoElite team and they'll be happy to share more details with you. Another big aspect is that we don't require GRE, GMAT, and SAT scores. This is again a very big aspect for our international students. So feel free to apply even if you've not appeared for GMAT, GRE, and SAT. For tuition fees, for international students, for 1 year of tuition fees for the bachelor's program, it is 17,520. For the master's program, it is 14,742. And for the doctorate program, it is 15,858. You can also take all of these programs live online, but this is if that is eligible to you. We also have accelerated programs that are available for students. So for example, if you want to complete your course in a lesser time, so if it's a master's course and you want to try and finish it sooner than 2 years, you can take more credits and more courses and try and finish that in a lesser duration. Okay. For housing, we will share certain resources with you. The rough range for housing and living in California comes to about 20,000 per year, and the roughly the stay price comes to about 800 to 1,200 per month. And in terms of tuition fees, we have monthly payment plans that are available, and also you can pay the tuition fees per semester wise. So don't feel the burden all at one go. You'll be able to break up the tuition fees based on either semester or monthly payment plans. Okay, scholarships and grants. We have several scholarships for international students. Up to $10,000 of scholarships are awarded. These are under different categories, so make sure that you make a separate application for the scholarship. Visit the website here. The link will be shared with you by the GoElite team. Make sure that you go on the particular link, and whatever resonates with you, you can make the application for the scholarship. I highly recommend you looking at this particular page, because a lot of our students do get scholarships. Like you can see that scholarships get awarded 3 times per year. Some of them get awarded much more times. So just make sure that you're at least applying and taking that chance. Okay. CPT, for CPT, this is curricular practical training. What CPT actually means is that you are able to work while you are studying. CPT is approved by the university and by the DSO for a 12-month duration. Now, during this program, you will have to take 1 additional credit in order to complete the requirements, and it must be related to your degree. So for example, if you're doing an MBA and if you're doing a business degree, your CPT should be related to what you're basically studying. Okay, you need to take at least 1 internship course which basically supports your curriculum, and you can either take CPT part-time or you can take CPT full-time. Okay. Now, if you have more questions on CPT and OPT, of course, feel free to reach out to the admission advisors. And if you have any questions, please put those in the chat box. We have Rochelle and Doris from our admissions team who will come and attend these questions at the end of the webinar. Okay. Now, going into MBA concentrations, we have quite a few MBA concentrations. So a few of them are non-STEM and few of them are STEM. Basically, how it works is that you will complete your MBA program with a specific concentration. So you can choose what concentration resonates with you the highest. In our non-STEM category, we have a new concentration that we've added, which is hospitality and tourism. Under our STEM concentration, we have a new one which is called Applied AI in Business. I will be talking more about this particular concentration as we go forward. So before I go into the AI one, sorry, my bad, I wanted to kind of put in a poll. Vivian, will you be able to project a poll so we can kind of see what concentration is most popular amongst the students today?
Yes, of course. I'll launch the poll right now. Same with the last time. We approximately have a minute to answer the poll. Feel free to participate. All right.
Let me know, Vivian, when we're ready.
Yeah. All right. I think I will be ending the poll. We have many students did answer the question. So here is the poll result. Okay, so we have 43% of our students who participate in today's webinar saying they're interested in AI in business, and then 21 of them interested in cybersecurity, 14% in digital and marketing, and then we also have 14% in healthcare administration.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing those stats. So I'm glad that, again, a majority of you are coming in focused for the applied AI in business. That's something we're going to talk about more in detail as we go forward. Also, personally, this is very close to me. I've been using many AI, apps and different kind of models for ever since like 2016. So I truly feel like this is where the future is, and especially how businesses are kind of using AI in every industry now is something that's going to have an impact as we go forward, right? I wanted to kind of just talk a little bit about this quote, and I wanted to read it out. So Sam Altman, I'm sure most people who are wanting to go into AI business do know him. He's the CEO of OpenAI. He says that the fusion of artificial intelligence within executive educational programs has become a cornerstone, transforming conventional business methods, right? So this is where we are at. We are truly in the right time to basically introduce this particular concentration, and I really see a lot of potential as we go forward in this particular stream. Okay, so what do you need for this particular concentration and the MBA program? For graduation, you need to have credits, which is 36 prescribed credit hours. You need to maintain a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and your course requirements would be completing 8 core courses, which is totaling of 24 credits, plus completing the 4 concentration courses, which is totaling to 12 credit hours. Okay, practical learning experience, completing 1 practical learning experience, which is basically when you graduate, you will need to complete, like, have a CPT that is attached to this particular concentration. Skills, strategy, and ethics. The objective is to equip our students with advanced skills and comprehensive knowledge to apply artificial intelligence effectively in business. We're trying to give a more holistic experience to students when they come in and apply for this particular concentration. We're going to be teaching them in terms of how leveraging AI theories and methods are used to solve complex problems in businesses, improving decision-making processes, and enhancing overall business performances. The program focus is going to be emphasizing on strategic applications of AI to innovate business practices and also to try and gain a competitive advantage and boost efficiency overall in business practices. We also want to make sure that we are keeping the ethics of technology in place, so exploring ethical issues and regulations related to AI, and of course promoting responsible technology use is extremely critical for all of us. The kind of industries and job titles, you can literally have AI being used in almost all industries, but just to kind of capture a few of them, it's in technology, finance and banking, in healthcare, retail, e-commerce, automotive. It's literally in every industry that we basically can possibly think of. The kind of job titles you will be eligible for would be AI and product manager, or an AI business analyst, an AI solutions architect, data scientist, machine learning engineer. I also feel prompt engineering is a big aspect of this, which will be, popular in the coming years. So there is a lot of opportunity to explore once you complete this particular concentration. Now, this was about the MBA concentration. I want to now dive into the other program, which is called the Achieve Bridge Pathway Program. This is again a new program that we have launched, which is basically a transformative initiative that's going to serve as a bridge or a pathway for students who are either lacking a background in technology or if they do not meet a minimum GPA requirement. Now, this is going to be providing them with the skills and the qualifications they need for admissions and for completion of their course. Okay. Now, who is eligible for this particular pathway program? If you are an F1 student, whether it's active or incoming, you are eligible to apply. You do not need a tech background. Now, even though these courses are tech courses, you do not need a tech background to enroll into the Bridge Pathway program. The GPA requirements are also much lower, which is a 2.0 or a 2.4. If you have a much lower a GPA which is 1.8 or 1.9, still you can apply if you have relevant professional experience. Okay. Now, eligible programs, like I said, is MSCS and MSIT, which is Masters of Science in Information Technology. Key features and exclusive benefits. Now, how does the Bridge Pathway program work differently than the other programs? Number one, it's very straightforward. You take 4 foundation courses in sequence. So 2 semesters will be foundation courses. They'll be flexible, so you can either take it in the evening or you can even take it in the weekend class. These will be personalized. So you will get extra help with tutoring and, advising and career counseling. There are peer mentors and, people who are attached additionally to support you in this journey. There will be a sense of community. That's what we're trying to build is, make sure that you're able to network with other motivated students, and, you'll also make friends for life. So the idea is to try and create, a safe space for students to actually learn more and to kind of explore more aspects of this industry. The additional benefits are that we will be helping you with dedicated support, resources. There'll be ongoing assessments. If you need any additional, resources or any additional help, there will be professors and there will be staff that will be attached to this program to support you better. There will be flexibility and a sense of community, and they will be tailored for you to basically feel all kind of curated commitment that you would need in order to succeed in this particular program. So for credits and courses, you will require 6 courses for the Achieve MSIT and MSCS program, which is additional to the 36 credits, which is for the master's level. So a total of 42 credits will be required for this particular program. These 4 courses, which will be additional, that will be added, would be discrete mathematics, introduction to Python programming, data structure and algorithm design, system of programming, and Java. Do keep in mind that both of these Achieve programs, which is MSCS and MSIT, will be eligible for CPT. So students must just maintain a GPA of 2.5 or plus, and they will be able to basically enroll into the CPT internship programs. Timelines. In terms of timelines, the first thing you're going to do is apply through GoElite. So make sure that you reach out to the team, make the application. There will be an admissions advisor that will be assigned to you. You can access your application portal and you will be able to upload any kind of additional documents if necessary. The second stage is the admission stage, where you will submit all the required documents. Your transcripts will be evaluated by our teams. You will receive an acceptance letter. You will also attend an advisory session, which will give you more details if anything additional is required from the student. Okay. Then going into the I-20 stage, you will complete a I-20 request form. Along with that, you will support documents by adding your bank statements, sponsored documents, dependent documents. Once you've submitted all of that, you will receive a digital I-20. After the I-20 stage is complete, for example, if you need a SEVIS transfer, this is if you are an active F1 student, you will refer your previous institution's transfer out process, and the deadline to do this is going to be 1 week prior to the start date. So just keep in mind to have some buffer time when you are applying for SEVIS transfers. Okay. Then comes in the enrollment stage, where you will register, you will get a registration form, you will pay the tuition deposit, you will register for CPT if it's applicable to you, and you will communicate with your student service advisor for your class schedules and your academic counseling session. Okay. Now, after that, you're going to go into the registration phase, which is the final stage, where you will attend an NSO, which happens 2 weeks prior to the start date, and you will get all details in terms of your class schedule. And if you have any further queries, of course, the admissions team will be happy to assist you with those questions as well. Okay. Now, quick recap on why choose Westcliff. Number one, affordable tuition. We have payment plans that are available. We have scholarships available for international students. We have multiple locations that you can apply to. Like we mentioned earlier, there are multiple campuses that you can choose from. We're also the safest city, Irvine. If you choose the Irvine campus, it has been awarded the safest city in America several times. And we have work opportunities programs, which is CPT and OPT options. CPT is you're able to actually work while you're studying, and OPT is you're able to work once you complete your graduation. Another thing to keep in mind is under OPT, if you have a STEM concentration, you get additional 2 years of work permit. So you get a total of 3 years, which is 36 months to actually get work permit in the US. Flexibility, we have 6 start dates, accelerated programs are available for bachelor's and master's students. We have on-campus and professional formats to choose from, and we do not require GRE, GMAT, and SAT scores. Okay, now I think we're a little pressed on time, so I will skip the video and I will actually leave the rest of the time for the GoElite team to dive into the questions, if that's okay, Vivian.
Yes, of course. Well, it's time for all students that are attending the webinar, it's time for you to submit in your questions. So feel free to do so. At this moment, let me share the QA sheets. Okay. All right. Can you guys all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Sounds good. So let's begin with the very first one. The student asking, does Westcliff University accept 15 years of education for initial students on an H4 visa?
Yes. So for H4 students, if the student is not going to file for change of status later, then they can enroll as domestic applicants. And then for 15 years education, it depends on which degree level they are going to apply for and what is their qualifying degree. So yeah, so I think yes, H4 can study, and also they can apply for change of status later. Once their F1 is approved, then they will be considered international new applicant.
Thank you so much. So the next question will be, could you please explain the financial document requirements? Also, who is allowed to show funds on the behalf of the students?
Yes, so for financial documents requirements, it's just basically 1 year, it's your annual tuition plus 1 year of estimated cost for living expenses. So for example, if you're going to apply for a master degree, professional format, the minimum requirement will be $36,501, 36501. So well, the student themselves can be the one who produced the financial documents. Also, we take sponsors. It can be either friends or family, relatives, as long as they fill out the sponsors affidavit form and the financial documents are acceptable, then yeah, we should be fine.
Thank you so much for that thorough explanation. So the next question is, what are the application deadlines? My OPT ends in January 2025. What date should I target?
It really depends. So our January session starts January 6th. So whether your OPT is and before January 6th or after, you can also, you can apply for the January intake or the March intake. Just to make sure that when you transfer your CVS record, please know that your CVS record, when it's transferred, your OPT ends on that same day. So yeah.
Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
then
I forgot to mention the application deadline, sorry. So the application deadline for January intake will be November 25th.
thank you for that. Thank you for the info. So we'll move on to the next one, which is, what degree can I enroll in with a STEM background? Additionally, how can I meet the CPT requirement? What course or credit should I take in my field to satisfy this? I guess we will answer this in a more general way. Yeah, if Doris, you wanted to do that.
Yes, so with enroll in a STEM background, so yeah, we do have MBA with STEM concentrations, or we have MSIT, MSEM, and MSCS program. They are themselves are STEM programs. Also, if you don't come from a related background, like for example, your qualifying degree was in business, but you want to apply for MSCS, then that's when you will be placed into the MSCS Achieve Bridge pathway program, and then you will take that additional 6 credits to fulfill that prerequisite requirements. If your current job it's related to computer science or IT, then yeah, then you will be possible to qualify for CPT. But it really depends on whether this program is aligned with your current job or not.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, if the student, if you have more specific question, if you wanted to know what type of major that you wanted to, or you could enroll in order to get that CBT approved, you can always scan the QR code up above, so we can give you a more personal consultation based on your personal information. Okay, so we're happy to do that. Let's move on to the next one. What are the steps for transfer student after receiving the admission? Is there an I-20 deposit fee involved?
That's a good question. It's always after receiving the acceptance letter. Well, as an advisor, we will contact the student. And sometimes we have students contact us about the next step. So next step is to request your I-20, right? So you need to upload your I-20 request form, upload your financial documents, and at the same time, you can contact your previous school or current school regarding your CVS record transfer. So let them know like what day you need to transfer your CVS record, and then please notify your admissions advisor on the date. And also you can work on your enrollment requirements. So there are a lot of things you need to do. Well, it doesn't have like an order which one you need to start first. You can do I-20 first, or you can do with your enrollment first. But I just want the students to know that after receiving the acceptance letter, you will be introduced to your admissions advisor. Feel free to reach out to us. Then we'll be happy to schedule an advisory session with you or answer your question by email or by phone.
It sounds good. And then I think the second part of the question was, is there a deposit fee involved for the I-20?
We don't require I-20 deposit fee, but we require a tuition deposit. It will be $1,000 when you are determined you will attend for the session. You're going to do the enrollment requirements. That's when you need to pay that $1,000 tuition deposit. It's not something we charge extra. It's just a deposit, a commitment you pay upfront, and then after paying that $1,000 will be deducted from the total amount of tuition and fees for that semester.
Thank you so much. So for the CVS transfer and then for transfer student to understand the process, we do also have blocks that to help students to understand the timeline. So if you wanted to know more, you can always reach out to us. We'll move on to the next one. How many credits needs to match for CPT approval? I think the way that the question asking, it's a little there is probably a little misunderstanding here. Doris, do you want to clarify a little bit?
Yes, so as F1 student, the minimum credits you need to take per session will be 3 credits, 1 course only. And for each semester, you will be able to take 6 credits without CPT. If you want to do CPT, CPT is optional again. So if you want to do CPT, you will take that CPT online course that will worth 1 credit hour per semester. So in order to get CPT approval, you need to submit the required document and also taking that 1 credit CPT online course.
Thank you for that. So we'll move on to the next one. If I have a job, can I use my income as financial proof?
We don't take pay stubs, we don't take 401k. But yes, if you have your income, majority of your income or in your saving or checkings is good. Just want to reiterate that we don't take CD as a majority of your funds. If a small portion of your funds are CDs, yeah, we can take them. If the most of the funds are from CD, then we cannot take them. The pay stubs and 401k are not acceptable.
Thank you so much for that. And then the next question is, it's AI also available for the DBA program?
So I think for now we have that AI concentration under the MBA program. Just wanna make sure that if you don't see if you go to the DBA webpage and you don't see AI related concentration, then it's not available.
Thank you so much for that. The next one is it true that I have to attend at least one class per semester in order to succeed in class?
So the minimum requirement or the standard for international student is taking one course per session. So if you are going to take one course per semester, then you are not being a full-time student, then you're not taking the full course load. So if you're not F1 students or domestic, then that's totally fine.
Thank you so much for that. And then to add up a little bit, so as a F1 student, it's you also required to not taking 100% online course. So that's why the on-site requirement, it's a requirement for all F1 student. So to take this question, yes, you have to attend the on-site requirement in order to be success in class, and in order to maintain your F1 status, you also have to do that on-site requirement. So the next question is, if I have a job, can I use my, okay, I think this question was answered previously when we mentioned the financial proof. So skip that. And then the next one is follow up on the Christmas holiday question. Okay, thank you for reminding us Christmas is coming up. Once civis is transferred 1 month ahead of the classes, can I continue working on CPT after I receive the I-20?
I think I can jump in for this one. There was another question that came up that was asking if their classes begin in January and they're afraid of the CVIS transfer will be delayed due to Christmas, can they initiate the CVIS transfer a month ahead of time? And this was a follow-up question relating. Essentially, you can tell your school ahead of time, once you're accepted and you have that acceptance letter, you can immediately today, if you even wanted to, give that letter to your school and say, on December 30th, I would like my CVIS transfer scheduled. You can schedule the transfer ahead of time. They can tell you what they need on their end. It might take a couple of weeks processing. They might need an exit interview. Your school will let you know what they need to transfer you out, but they can schedule that transfer before they all leave for the holidays. It's an automated online thing. So you can plan that ahead of time with your school. Once you do transfer the record, though, you cannot work. So if you do schedule the CVIS transfer for December 30th, you cannot work until after classes begin and you receive your new I-20 with CPT authorization.
Yeah, thank you, Rochelle. And then I also wanted to add up a little thing here. You cannot work also means you cannot be on the payroll. Okay, so pay attention on that part too. We'll move on to the next one. Can a new international F1 student, I believe that might be a typo. Day one CPT, or do you need to complete 2 semester in the US before evaluating it? So yeah, Doris, do you wanted to jump into this question?
Yes, we do have day one CPT available, but we cannot guarantee like you will get your CPT approval on day one. But for international students, if you applied for a graduate degree, yes, you can start your CPT from the first session. Yes.
Yeah, another note on that, a lot of other schools do make students complete so many semesters of school first. For us, our graduate and doctorate programs, you are allowed to start CPT right away. Bachelor's students, though, you do need to study in the US for 1 full year before you're allowed to begin CPT. So keep that in mind if you are applying for a bachelor's program. And that is a full year in total. So if you started a bachelor's program at another school and you've done 6 months and you want to transfer to us, you can do another 6 months at the bachelor's level with us. That's a full year. You can begin CPT after.
Thank you for that. So the next one is, do I need a new offer letter from my employee to start on CPT with the same employer?
Yes, offer letter has to be updated. It cannot be issued like a few years ago, even though it's the same employer. We do need that new offer letter.
Thank you for that. The next one is, do I need, okay, this one it's answered already. For the next question, it's for clarification, the tuition that was displayed on the screen was per year and not for the total program tuition. Is that correct?
Yeah, so it depends on which program are you asking for. Yes, and it will be the annual tuition. That's the estimated tuition amount
Yeah.
for a year.
So yeah, if this number is what you see, then yes, that's the annual tuition. Thank you, Doris. And the next one is, what are the minimum credit we can take per term for international student to stay in the States?
Yeah, so to remain in the F1 status, then you need to be a full-time student by taking the full course load. So if you take one course per session, 3 credits per session, right? So it will be 6 credits per semester. After completing a year, then you will be able to complete 18 semester credits. That's without adding any course load. That will be considered full-time students. But if you want to add a course load, of course you can do so. But please submit the request in advance.
Thank you so much for that. The next one, is Miami campus eligible for in-state tuition for H4 visa holder? I'm in the state for 2 years.
So if you are going to enroll as H4, then you will be considered domestic applicant and you will be paying the domestic tuition rate. Yeah, so if you're not going to change of status, then you will be paying the tuition rate and have more flexibility to choose the completely online version. And you can do your course completely online too.
Thank you for that. And the next one is for timeline. Do we need to complete civics transfer before applying for CPT?
Yeah, so that's a yes or no question. So in order to finalize your CPT decision, we need your CVS record to be transferred. But if you haven't scheduled your CVS record transfer yet, but when you're ready, you've completed your enrollment requirements, you're enrolled and complete your CPT requirements, then feel free to submit your CPT request. But to remember that our International Affairs Department will only finalize the decision when we have your CVS record.
All right, thank you so much for that. And the last one was asking for scholarship. I believe we already introduced this during the presentation. So if you have more question or wanted to know more information about the scholarship, feel free to scan the QR code above. We will able to give you more information on the scholarship part. All right, so it seems like we answered all the questions unless we have any last minute one. So thank you so much everyone for participating in today's webinar. I will actually stop sharing. And if you have any further questions about Westcliff, about the scholarship or anything, feel free to reach out to us. We can definitely give you more information. So thank you so much everyone and have a wonderful evening. Bye guys.